What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman. Now, while we eagerly anticipate any official news from Marvel Studios as far as the films and productions they already have this year, there aren't many of us who are expecting any news, at least for the rest of the calendar year, on any new projects from Marvel Studios. It's probably going to be San Diego Comic-Con 2021 at best, and only then. But in the meantime, we have ubiquitous industry insider, friend of the channel, Mikey Sutton, with some brand new news on a franchise they hope to bring into the MCU to make good on a horribly gone wrong TV series. We're going to break down what he had to say about the Inhumans, his previous scoops from last weekend, including an exclusive on how they'll cross over with the Fantastic Four coming up here in the MCU. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane XM Studios 1/4 scale beta ray bill, which we're steadily climbing towards, and at the end of this year, our 3rd Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Now, as many of you probably are aware, the Inhumans were originally slated back during the Infinity Saga to be a film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not a TV series over at ABC, but when there was a rift among top brass over at Marvel Studios and Disney, there was a reshuffling. That's what led to the Inhumans turning into a TV show and no longer being underneath Kevin Feige. But now, apparently, since they have all of the rights and that TV show failed as quickly as it did, they will be rebooting the franchise in the MCU. This is something that was rumored, but now confirmed by Mikey Sutton, and also according to him and his sources, all of the public campaigning by Vin Diesel in interviews to try to get the role of Black Bolt may have worked, as Marvel Studios is looking at him to take up the role in their new rebooted franchise for the MCU. Of course, Vin Diesel did play Groot, but he only had 3 lines, "I am Groot," and was hidden under CGI. Now he would be taking up a character who doesn't speak at all. Now, before we get into why this makes a lot of sense for what's coming up in Marvel Phase 4, especially Miss Marvel and her origin with the Inhumans, Mikey Sutton in a further exclusive went on to explain the bigger picture and what may come down the road for a Fantastic Four versus Inhumans iteration, and his scoop starts as such. His scream can slice cities in half, an alien wail that with enough intensity has the decibel crush of the sky's cries if they are slashed by God. When a group of explorers rocket into his hidden city in the Himalayas, Black Bolt launches a ferocious attack on the ship's crew, the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards and his wife Sue, her brother Johnny Storm, and Reed's best friend Ben Grimm find themselves in the cockpit of an exploding jet. Sue quickly envelops her family with the force field to protect them, but they quickly adapt into action. Johnny flames on, his body on fire as he soars down to fight the surprised enemy below. But Black Bolt is not alone. He has a family of his own, a royal one: Medusa, Crystal, Gorgon, and Triton. All in full costume, all in their Jack Kirby glory. Marvel TV once adapted a no-budget take on the Inhumans. It went nowhere, fizzling fast. The current plan is to recast and reboot the royal family. All the build-up from Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will finally pay off. It's unknown exactly where the Inhumans will first debut in the MCU, but they are planning on having them appear in the Fantastic Four too. Long-range goals have always been the plan over at Marvel Studios. Discussion began years in advance before directors and screenwriters are hired, and that's where the Inhumans are at the moment, waiting in the Himalayas of imagination before a sound that can be heard around the world. Again, this is a scoop from Mikey Sutton, who often writes his scoops in prose, and they're creatively painting a picture of what the scene may look like as we work towards what he has rumored to be, and what we've seen some Easter eggs for in the previous Infinity Saga. Where we're going with all this in the new Avengers, none other than the Illuminati, where someone like Reed Richards and Black Bolt would coexist, hopefully with Doctor Strange, and maybe even that AI version of Tony Stark if they ever bring him back. Either way, it has also always been Marvel Studios' way to pit the superheroes against each other, and we have seen this on the big screen time and time again. So of course, if Reed Richards and Black Bolt, if the Inhumans and the Fantastic Four are going to come to work together, they at some point are going to square off, and you can just imagine how that's going to look. Now, obviously, the Inhumans have a place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we mentioned after the prologue, but before this exclusive, they have ties directly to Miss Marvel, and it's hard to imagine that Disney and Marvel Studios had a plan of making a Miss Marvel series without tying anything to the Inhumans themselves, especially considering, like he said in this exclusive, and as we all know, the TV series fizzled out really fast. It didn't exist in the zeitgeist for that long. It wasn't seen by that many people, meaning there's not the same sort of hangover over from something like The Punisher or The Daredevil, where we want to see those actors immediately recast in those roles, putting a really tough situation on Marvel Studios' plate. Same situation with Deadpool. What do you do when people love the character and they want the same actor, but that version of the character has a story in a different cinematic universe that doesn't exist anymore? That's not the case with the Inhumans, opening up Marvel Studios to do whatever they'd like. Now, some other things I want to talk about, basically big picture in the Marvel Cinematic Universe world, what's going on with industry insiders at the moment, what's going on with Marvel Studios, and my thoughts on it, as I haven't really found a place to work these ideas in anywhere. I've sort of been jumping from video being like, this isn't the one. This is the video that I want to talk to you about it, because I'm starting to get DMs, I'm starting to get emails, even people, my contemporaries in the industry, starting to worry about what's going on with just the movie studios in general, what's going on with box offices, what happens if at the end of the year Marvel Studios can't safely release Black Widow in theaters. I want to talk about this for a moment because I lived in LA for a long time. I chased music before I did YouTube, and having lived in LA and now Atlanta, which are the two top cities for film, tons of my friends are in all levels, behind and in front of the camera in the film industry. And I actually do want to play a case of worst case scenario. What happens again if Marvel Studios can't safely release Black Widow at the end of this year, if going to the theater and, well, box office takes start to dwindle, if they have to sort of work out a deal for video on demand releases, what's going to happen to a huge blockbuster film when it takes $150 million, which was the budget on, say, Falcon and Winter Soldier, but was also the almost exact budget on Spider-Man Far From Home in $160 million? What are we going to end up getting? And I want everybody to take a deep breath for a moment. Check it out. Kevin Feige is always going to be in charge of Marvel Studios unless he decides to leave. All of the actors and actresses who play their roles in these parts of the MCU are still going to be the same actors and actresses who play those roles. And in fact, that sort of goes all the way down the totem pole. All the same top CGI houses that want to work on Marvel and that Marvel needs because they demand their skill set and their cutting edge CGI technology, those are still the same CGI houses. All the guys that direct, all the guys that executively produce, the producers, all of the directors of photography, they're all still in the same position they were in the world. So while box offices may shrink, while the numbers may start to look smaller, while things may start to shrink in budget, size, and shape, if they do end up moving to sort of a video on demand for, let's say, some temporary future, I don't know, a year or two, I know nothing about science, who knows when things may return to some bit of normalcy, but you have to remember that all of these same actors and actresses, all of the same talent will still be in all of the same places making this content. Again, while the box office take may shrink, while we may not be going to the theater to sort of make them $1 billion back, you're not going to have people deciding they don't want to act anymore, or they don't want to be in movies anymore, or make film anymore because the numbers are smaller. You'll find that most people who are still in that industry at any level, successful or not, are in it because they love it. And when it comes to something like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there's a quote from Dan Harmon, who's the creator on Rick and Morty, when he first went over to Marvel Studios. And if you guys don't know this, a ton of writers from Rick and Morty are in charge of Marvel Phase 4. Like a ton of them. In fact, all of the Disney Plus series are being directed and or written on by people who used to work on Rick and Morty. That's because they're trying to tackle huge ideas like time travel and multiverses, and they want to do it in a way that's intelligent and doesn't sort of create plot holes, which Rick and Morty is really good at. When Dan Harmon first went over there to talk to them, his quote about the experience was, "Man, it feels like the good guys won. It feels like the guys who care about these projects are the ones finally working on them." And that's the same for everybody involved. And so while there is sort of this fear that Marvel Studios may not do as many projects, we're still going to get the same movies and the same experience, at least in our own homes and with each other here on the internet, that we would get anywhere else. We're just going to be missing that box office feel. And for me, I do look forward to the day when we can all cram back in theaters so that we can cheer together for Avengers Endgame. Because let's face it, if we had all watched that alone in our houses, it would have been awesome, but it wouldn't have been the same, especially if we didn't have our MCU buddy with us, our friends that watch this and that we talk to about all the time. Lucky for me, I've got all of you guys, and very rarely do I get to interact with you on a level that's past me just sort of telling you about what's going on in the MCU news world. However, in this case, I wanted to share my feelings on it because I know there's some trepidation trepidation and some cautious, and if my DMs and my emails and all of the comments that you guys leave are evidence of this, I hope that this has addressed it and maybe calmed and soothed some fears. Guys, there will still be an MCU. Kevin Feige will still be in charge. The actors will be the same. The CGI houses will be the same. The top writers will be the same. The only thing that may change are the numbers on top of this all, but we're still going to get the same quality MCU. And as evidence of this, you're starting to hear all of these plot leaks and rumors and forward-thinking discussions about how expansive and interconnected this is going to get. As consumers, all we care about is the quality, and that's not going to go down no matter how it happens in theaters and or releases in home. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, both on the Inhumans finally coming back into the MCU, and if you yourself have pondered what's going on with the movie industry and what the future looks like, don't worry, be excited, and honestly, guys, humans have always found a way to adapt and persevere. In this case, I find it'll be no different. I hope you guys are staying happy and safe out there for sure. And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 700,000 subscriber mark. And of course, we will switch over to the PlayStation 5, but we're a long way off that now. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video. That'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like this 1/4 scale insane quality XM Studios Beta Ray Bill. This is in no way an action figure at almost a full 3 feet tall, 30 inches. It's an immaculately sculpted museum quality representation. We're also giving away our 3rd Infinity Saga box set here at the channel at the end of this year. Guys, when these sold out in pre-order, they absolutely skyrocketed in price on the secondary market. This is the 3rd and final one we've gotten our hands on here at the channel to give away at the end of the year. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply for any of the prizes here at the channel. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of the video, the same way we're doing here, and if you missed any of the previous winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement and the subscriber count in the video, click on that, and scroll to the end. My name's Michael Roman, this is Everything Always. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.